Your good fans, welcome to another episode of the Knicks Wildin' Podcast. Coming at you after the New York Knicks added the final Infinity Stone, ladies and gentlemen. MIKAL Bridges is a New York Knicks, and what a moment it was, and what a price the Knicks had to pay to get MIKAL in the building. But actually, I think I got the name to the show right now. Bridge me to a championship because that's the way we are trending right now. This is it. The Knicks just went all in. This is the package, man. Don Juan, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling like we about to make this run. Last year, unfortunately, injuries kind of kept that run short, but I'm feeling good, man. Honestly, this is a trade that we did not expect. It was rumored here and there days leading up to the trade, and man, I saw Aaron Judge hit a grand slam, but my guy Woj hit the grand slam when I got that text message, and we saw that we got Mikal Bridges, man. So it's nice to see that we got the band back, the Villanova guys, that he was the final piece, man. And honestly, I see a championship in sight, man. Boston, I know y'all fresh off the dub, but that's a one hit wonder. That's what I see it as, a one hit wonder. Al Horford getting old. You can't rely on KP's knees. It's over for y'all. It's over. We got Jalen Brunson. He's the best of the Atlantic Division, and we're gonna take it to the hole. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it when Don Juan get crazy. I love it when Don Juan get crazy, man. Don Juan just went crazy on them. Zebo, how you feeling after them?
Bro, the vibes right now are immaculate right now. I ain't gonna hold you. It's looking good for our team right now. Like Don Juan said, I'm ready for that championship run right now. Like that's the way I'm feeling. Right now we're built to beat Boston. So I'm ready to get it. I'm ready to get the season started. Like I can't believe we gotta wait already a few months. Like it's crazy. So I'm ready, man.
It's still a long time away, fellas. It's still a long way, but let's dissect the trade, man. It was a lot. Four unprotected picks by the New York Knicks in 25, 27, 29, 31. A pick swap in 28, and a Milwaukee Bucks pick that we had as well. So all in all, about six picks. Brooklyn absolutely got a haul right now. Don Juan, do you feel like it was a fleece by Brooklyn?
Not at all. Honestly, it's a win-win for both sides. You know, I'm one of the guys, like, if you get the best player out of the trade, you won the trade. And boy, did we get the best player, because all we gave up was Bogey. We didn't give up anybody from our core, and that's the best part about it. Of course, when you hear four unprotected picks, it sounds crazy, and because it is, it's a lot of picks, it's a lot of your mortgaging your future. But when you consider that these guys are going to be together for the next 4 to 5 years, they want to play with each other, so they're not planning to leave each other anytime soon. So you make the gamble. I mean, those picks are going all out. They're going out to 2031, and that's the one that is probably going to hurt a bit. But man, if we just get one shot at that championship, not even one shot, we win that championship, man. Forget about those picks, man. Like that saying, fuck them kids, man. We don't. It don't matter, man. As long as we get that chip, and this is another step that's gonna get us closer. Not only is it getting us closer, we're satisfying our superstar in Jalen Brunson. And at the end of the day, that's what a front office is supposed to do. Make sure that your guy is happy. Make sure that you get the best cast around them. And at the end of the day, man, if it wasn't for injuries, we would have been there this year. We would have been there, but unfortunately, it didn't play out that way. But guess what? We retooled. We got our guy Mikal Bridges. We added another weapon to this team. Now we arguably have the best two wings. Man, forget arguably. We have the best two wing defenders in the league that are snipers at that, man. So I'm ready, man. I'm pumped, bro. I'm pumped. Honestly, I'm pumped. I'm pumped because of the team we got, but also to be with my guys, man. It's been a minute, man. We haven't been together talking Knicks, man. It's always good to talk Knicks. But in July, when we got the rest of the summer, Jesus, man. When then we got the Yankees, yeah, but, we're gonna turn things around. It's all right, man. Zebo, stop smiling, man. Zebo been on the group chat texting, talking about like it's October already, man. Calm down. Your boys already out the wild card. That's why you stopped texting, right?
It's a sad time for Zebo, man. But let's not even talk about the Red Sox because they like trash right now. Uh, but yeah, for me, man, it's like I'm pumped right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm hyped, but scary, fellas. Like this is the first time we've gone all in a long, long time. And listen, we got to make it work. We got to make it work because we definitely. My son, sorry about that. He's going crazy back there. He getting ready. He's hyped right now too. I mean, I can't even get the kid to calm down anymore. He's just always screaming about the MIKAL Bridges trade. But yeah, so we have to make this work because we talking about. We're gonna get into it, but we talk about the backup center. There's a couple interesting names out there, but it's gonna be tough for the Knicks to get anybody right now. I mean, we really put all our chips in front of the table. We had to overpay if we really wanted MIKAL. Brooklyn was never trading with us unless it was an overpay. That's what we did. But we believe that this squad is ready to win a championship. But if it doesn't work, man, it could turn ugly. It could turn ugly. And that's why I'm like 90% hype, but that 10% in me is a little wary. It's a little wary. I'm not even going to lie. But we just had to do this move. We had to do this move because this just proves to Jalen Brunson that we this is his team. This is his squad. He's our guy. He's the number one player that we believe can lead us to a championship. And we brought all his boys along. Y'all want two championships in Villanova? Let's see if you could end the Cinderella story by winning a championship in the biggest stage, New York City, at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, man. So I'm pumped right now. My speaker went out, but Z, how you feeling?
Yeah, bro. Now I feel great about it. I mean, did we overpay? Yeah, bro. But I mean, at the same time, like Brooklyn had all the leverage in this, in this trade. Like MIKAL, I mean, they knew. I think everyone already knew that MIKAL did want to come to New York. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I think they overpaid for the best player available. I mean, I know there was other names out there. You hear names like Katie and other players like that, but they're just, again, just the fit for this team. I think this is what we're banking on, and it's something that's worked out so far, and so I'm good with it. I'm 100% good with it. I think this is the guy that that's gonna definitely lead us. And again, like when it comes to MIKAL, I know he did have a bit of a, he did take a bit of a step back with Brooklyn last season, but I think that mostly has to do with with the parts that he did have around this team. Like he was just he was around a lot of ball dominant, low IQ ball players. Like it just is what it is. And so we've seen him in situations where if he's your third best option, if he's your second option, he's been on a finals team, as the second or third option. And so I think in this role that we are gonna have him in, he's gonna flourish. Like, we'll be able to, we can have Dante and Josh Hart, come off the bench. Those are guys that were literally starters for us. And so when it comes to the offensive load, you don't have to necessarily put the ball in his hands every single time. You're gonna have Julius there. You're gonna have Brunson there. That's gonna be creating the offense. And so it's gonna take a lot of it's gonna take a lot of that pressure off him, and so he can just basically focus on defense. And again, when you have two elite wing defenders like OG and MIKAL, the possibilities and the sky's like, sky's the limit. Like the possibilities are literally endless, and that's a guy that can switch 1 through 4. And so when you have a bunch of those elite defenders, that's that's what wins championships. I mean, we saw it. We saw a perfect example. We saw it with Boston. Like if you have a bunch of just elite wing defenders and a bunch of guys that can score, good things are gonna happen. So yeah, bro, I'm 100% with it. I like the trade, and again, he has a great contract as well. And so we do have the window right now where we can go ahead and take advantage of that. So yeah, bro, I'm all in. I'm all in. I like the philosophy.
Zero slotting MIKAL Bridges at three, just putting his boy Julius Randle at two. I don't know, man. They might be competing for
I
for
mean,
that pecking order right there.
2, 3, it don't matter, bro. I mean, I mean, again, like I said before,
Oh, you
I
just
think
you just concede. Oh, you're not trusting in Randle no
No,
more. He was
of course, bro. He's gonna be the one that's gonna be creating on, like, again. We've seen Julius Randle when he's on when we seen the best Julius Randle we seen is when he's creating for others. And so when you're able, when he is creating for guys like MIKAL, guys like OG, it just makes life 100% easier for him. And it's gonna make life easier for MIKAL. Like I said before, bro. Like we've seen him as the third best guy on a finals team. And so like I said, I think he's gonna slide in perfectly, and he started there again. He's literally coming to a team with his boys. Like it's like I don't see like I think the situation in Brooklyn was extremely uncomfortable because, like I said, he just had a bunch of fake alpha guys that just wanted the balls and wanted the ball in their hands. Like I think he's coming to a situation where if MIKAL got it, I think they're gonna continue feeding him, but he's not gonna mind giving the ball to Jalen Brunson, giving it to Dante, giving it to Julius. I think he's gonna know his role on this team. So yeah, bro, I like the philosophy. Like I don't mind them bringing in 4 Villanova guys. Like these are proven winners everywhere they gone.
Yeah, so the Mikal Bridges trade is not finalized, so we're definitely gonna harp on it a little bit more. But the Knicks, they keep on dealing here. They also gave OG 5 years, $212 million. Man, my boy OG got paid as I predicted. You guys were in denial. I'm like, my boy gonna get 40 million. Nah, you crazy, bro. You wildin', bro. I'm like, bro, he's gonna get 40 million equally out. He might get a little more, and that's exactly what happened. I was in there with my guy Sam Rose cooking up the contract. I finalized it. I was there with my guy OG.
You
Signed.
called it.
I
You
called
called
it,
it.
bro, because this man just impacts winning. The Knicks went 27-5 with him. They traded RJ. They traded quickly. There was just no way you could have let him go right next to the I-95 Philly, who was just calling him. He had all the leverage. As much as Knicks fan were like, nah, man, there's a price. I'm not paying that price. Imagine that man went to Philadelphia, joining Embiid, joining Maxi, and we got to play them 4 times. We got to play them in the playoffs after we traded RJ, after we traded quickly, and they would have beat us. Come on, man. There was just no way we was gonna let him walk. I think the Knicks didn't even want to go over 40, and the Knicks didn't want to go a fifth year, and they had to go fifth year player option for OG. That's how much leverage he had. So I like the deal because I believe that the Knicks, even if he gives you 60 games, the Knicks are winning 45 of those games. So I think it's a good deal. But how you guys feeling, Don?
Well, am I okay with the deal? I mean, put it this way, bro. It's a hell of a gamble for sure. I mean, when you consider the injury history, I mean, we heard it enough from Zebo. He kept bringing it up every chance he had. He kept bringing about the injury history. But at the end of the day, when you trade two young players like RJ and IQ, that were homegrown and we developed and we seen them kind of hit some highs. I mean, RJ is still questionable, but definitely he was hitting some highs. I can't deny he was getting better and improving every year. But when you trade two guys like that, a part of your farm system in a sense, you're pretty much committed to whatever this guy wants. Someone on Twitter was saying he had the Knicks by the balls, and it was literally like that. And apparently he even took a pay cut because another team was offering him more. So it makes me feel a little better that at least he wanted to stay here. That's rumors, so we don't know if it's true or not. But at the end of the day, Triple M mentioned the record with the Knicks. I mean, when OG was on the court, that's pretty impressive. And then you consider what he brings to the team. I mean, he could defend 1 through 5, can play small forward and power forward. Like, although he may be a bit undersized for power forward, he is pretty big and stout that he could hold his own. I mean, even in the playoffs, we even seen him guarding at Joel Embiid. So maybe we get to see a little small ball this year. But honestly, he could arguably the best 3-and-D player in the league. He shot pretty good from the field, and he got a good feel for the game. I mean, what more can you ask for a guy like this? He's a perfect complementary piece next to Brunson. And again, this goes back to what we said about the front office, adding MIKAL Bridges. This is just somebody else that complements our star player to the fullest, and even Randall to an extent as well. Because Randall, at the end of the day, like Zebo mentioned earlier, he works best with the ball, and he's going to be creating. So who's the best player to feed in the corner when they do double team? I mean, honestly, this team, the opponents are going to have they're going to struggle when they got these two guys in MIKAL and OG in the corners wide open, because they're really going to have to pick their poison. Are we going to leave this? Are we going to leave the shooter open, or are we going to double Brunson or double Randall? It's really going to be easy pickings for our guys out there, man. And I can't wait, man. If we saw Brunson at a high, we saw Randall doing their thing at their highs, man. It feels like this year is gonna be even better, man. It's gonna be even better.
Don Juan,
Where the crystal ball at, man? Where the crystal ball
stop,
at,
Don
man?
Juan. You're almost making me cry right now. Like I don't even know how to contain my excitement right now, man. I just cannot wait to see this team go out there, man. And it's only July. But Zeba, how you feeling after that? Oh,
Yeah, bro. I mean, for me, I obviously I think the same as like the same way the Nets kind of had all the leverage in the trade. I think OG just had all the leverage. Like you said, bro, when you trade players like quickly, like RJ, when you trade those type of assets, you obviously you automatically expect you obviously expect for the guy to go ahead and resign with the team and stay long term. I mean, we're not gonna pull a Paul George either, where we're not gonna get nothing for the player. So look at where the Clippers at, and so and like you said, bro. I mean, I know I've been I know I've been hating on my boy, and I know I've thrown the injury history. I've thrown every single reason as to the reason why he shouldn't be here, but I can't deny that every time he is on the court, it's always a positive. He has really good, he has really good shooting numbers. His winning percentage when he's on the floor, I can't deny it, bro. So you're absolutely right. Like this was, it was inevitable that he was going to get this contract. I kept denying it. I was hoping for a little lower because obviously, you want to spread that money around towards towards different assets, but again, every time he's been on the court, it's always been in winning situations. So it is what it is. But also, I think this is why the MIKAL Bridges trade, is even more of a positive because, yeah, bro, as much as as much as I harp on the fact that he only plays 60, 50 games. That's why we have MIKAL. That's why we have MIKAL Bridges because he's a guy that's going to give us all 82. And so, if in case because it's gonna be inevitable, bro. Like we're not, OG is not gonna play all 82, but at least we have MIKAL Bridges there. At least we still do have Josh Hart. We have Dante, just in case, we have guys that can go ahead and fill in for him right away. And to be honest, bro, we don't even need him for the regular season. I mean, the reason why we did pay him this money is for is for what he does in the playoffs. So it just is what it is, bro. As long as it can, as long as the as long as that money can go towards Eastern Conference Finals, NBA Finals games, that's the only thing I'm really worried about. Like at this point, bro, the way this team is built, it's built for April, May, and June. That's the type of timing I want with this team. And so, I mean, if he gives us 50 regular season games and give us, what is it, four rounds in the playoffs. That's all that really matters to me.
you heard it here first from Zebo. Starting in April, just start resting OG. Don't give him no more games. Just
Don't
keep him
give
for the
him,
playoff.
just give him the Kawhi treatment. That's
Just
He's
it.
give.
gonna be
Don't
on the
play him
he's
on back to
gonna be on the
backs.
pitch count. He's gonna be on the pitch count.
Exactly.
30 minutes a game. Please don't make my boy go too hard in the regular season. He's just
That's
on the
it.
time. He's on a time constraint from the beginning.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, as much as there's been a lot of positives with the Bridges and OG trades, it hasn't all been up and up for the New York Knicks. The Knicks lose Isaiah Hartenstein, a big time player for the Knicks. I mean, the man just really stepped up when Mitchell Robinson got hurt last year and the year before that. I mean, we got to give him credit. He's helped us win multiple playoff series against the Cavaliers. Him and Mitch took over, absolutely bullied the Cavaliers 2 seasons ago. And then last year, too, just played great in that Philadelphia 76ers series. Probably caught one of the most important offensive rebounds in Knicks history when he caught that Dante miss, passed it to OG, and OG passed it back to Dante.
What a
It's an
game.
absolute crazy scenario to win game 2 in the playoffs. And it's a big loss, but my man got paid. You cannot get mad at that, man. He got 3 years, $87 million from OKC. And listen, he goes from one team that's close to winning a championship to another team that I can argue is closer to winning a championship. I mean, OKC is absolutely stacked in every position with good young players and superstars in Shea Gilgeous. So good. There's a good scenario there for iHeart. Plus, OKC is cheaper in living. That money's gonna last them way much. I just don't know how people could get mad at that guy. But it's still a tough loss. How are you feeling, Zebo, after the loss of Hartenstein?
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's definitely gonna be a loss, but at the same time, bro, I mean, we was capped as far as the amount of money we could give him. So it just is what it is. Obviously, like you said, bro, he is getting more money as much as we've been attacking the fact that we are a championship team, so is OKC. Like he probably saw that situation and said, he's definitely gonna be, he's gonna get the minutes. Obviously, he's not gonna be sharing the load with another starting center like he did here. And so it's definitely a big loss, but we was obviously limited in the amount of money we can give him. His basketball IQ is definitely gonna be missed. Because I think one of the biggest one of the biggest like strengths that iHeart had was just his offensive IQ, man. His passing, his touch around the basket is definitely gonna be missed. It's something that unfortunately we hope that Mitch can start, but can really start to lock in this summer as far as working on. But I think we're gonna be fine. Like I'll be honest with you guys. I think we're gonna be fine if to because I mean, let's be honest, bro. 2 years ago, unless you was like a real basketball fan, you didn't know who iHeart was. So I feel like you gotta give a shout out to Coach Tibbs and his coaching staff because he developed into the player that we see now. Like again, we signed him, like we got him for a bargain, but that's because he was a bargain type player. Like we didn't know he was gonna be this big of a rotation type of guy. And so I trust that Coach Tibbs and the coaching staff are gonna, I mean, we don't know who they're gonna sign in free agency. We can hope that they can develop Jericho Sims into something. But also, Randall is coming back, so Randall is coming back, and so we are gonna have him play a little bit of the five, but also it just big, we just need Mitch to be healthy. Like this is going to be a big year. I know this is obviously start of the summer, and so we're not going to talk about who we need a big season from, but Mitch is definitely going to be one of those candidates because with
Yeah,
iHeart
man.
being gone, that's the guy that definitely has to step up.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get into Mitch in a minute, but I want to just get Don Juan's thoughts on the iHeart departure.
Yeah, so similar to what Zebo said, we all gonna miss him, man. We definitely gonna miss him. A lot of great, memories, highlights from him last season. He came up big for us, especially after Mitchell Robinson went down. And Mitchell Robinson went down early in the year, so iHeart actually was a starter for damn near most of the part, 2/3 of the season. And we could arguably say that was probably the biggest or the best. We saw the team. Team chemistry was at an all time high. You could see everyone from the team, the fan base, the front office. Everybody loved him. Everybody was appreciating everything that he was giving us. But we also didn't think that he was going to price out. We thought this was going to be a guaranteed guy who was going to come back to us. But unfortunately, how things played out, contractual wise, early bird rights, whatever, how that unfolded, we couldn't get him back. We got outbid. Unfortunately for him, though, he got the crazy contract he received, and he's well deserved. I mean, 29 million. He's getting paid more than Brunson, so that was an offer that he couldn't refuse, honestly. So,
Yeah,
congrats to him and congrats to his family because that's a hell of a contract. No, not that
facts.
many people, especially at that position. He might be one of the highest paid centers in the game too. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit of a segue here, but once I saw Jared Allen, was it Jared Allen? No, it wasn't Jared Allen. What's the dude from the Nets?
Nick
Claxton.
Claxton.
Claxton,
Once I
bro,
saw the
4 years,
Claxton deal
100
go
mil. Yeah,
down, I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
he's setting up the market,
And
and
he's
we're
way
definitely gonna
better.
get priced out for Harnstein. The
Yeah,
max
and
was
iHeart is way
17,
better than him.
and he's way better. So I mean, it depends what you want, the style too.
Debatable, yeah,
So I'm
debatable.
not gonna get too much into that. But once I saw that, I'm like, damn, this how it's gonna unfold. But in
Bro,
terms
and
of just
honestly, not to cut you off, bro, he probably looked at that number two like, yo, I'm like, come on,
oh hell yeah,
I
for
like,
sure,
come
for
on,
sure, for sure. So and then, bro, that's what it took. Put it this way: if they gave him that money, that's what it took for him to leave the Knicks, man. That's what's crazy. But what in terms of what he brought to the team, it's not something that we could just swap in a player and easily replace what he's gonna get, what he gave us. But I do think his production is replaceable, and that's mainly because we're getting Randall back and we're getting Robinson back. Robinson, at the end of the day, we saw the pace he was on. He was going to be at least I'm not going to say defensive player of the year, but in contention and an all defensive team for sure. But then Randall is a guy that creates around the same point where iHeart flourishes, right around the free throw line, the elbow. Like that's where iHeart was doing his thing. Randall is also known for kicking out, doing a lot of give and goes or dribble handoffs. He's not the best screener, but can Randall now embrace that role of being a screener? Can he do it a good? Can he set a good screen and roll, decently and all that? So I felt like guys could step up and replace his production, but we do need a big man. I'm not saying we need a big man like our iHeart would be cool, but there's nobody out there like him. He's very high IQ, but I do also believe that the Knicks also developed this guy. At least I want to believe as well, because I do trust in the coaching. I do trust in the assistant coaches and all that. They definitely got this guy to be who he was because, like you guys mentioned, he wasn't this prior to becoming to the Knicks. We saw little flashes here and there, and even when he hit the Knicks, he didn't hit the ground running. He actually struggled at the beginning, his first go around or first few months with the Knicks. So a lot of people were actually, ready to trade him. Like, who the hell is this bum and whatnot? So I do think that, the Knicks can pick up somebody on the bargain because that's another thing. I feel like this could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe giving a center this much money when in reality our starting center was Mitchell Robinson at the end of the day. So you're gonna pay a guy that was his backup 17 million. That could have not only messed up maybe the chemistry, although these guys are really good friends, but could have put us in a hole that we don't want to be in. Granted, 17 million wasn't gonna. We still were able to pay him that 17, but in terms of longer pictures, paying Brunson, paying all these guys that are due up a contract, we're trying to avoid that second apron. We're trying to avoid the first one, second apron for sure. So it's like we got to be real calculated, and I'm pretty sure the front office, they did everything they had to do to make sure that he fit in terms of that 17 mil. But I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be a blessing in disguise. We got Randall back. We got our guy, our guy Mitchell Robinson back. Personally, I feel like the Knicks are gonna play it like they did. Although, I mean, I'm not sure if we're gonna talk about how they're gonna play it too.
But yeah, go right through it. The perfect
I
segue.
personally think the way they're gonna play it is how they did at the trade deadline. They remain calm, cool, and collective. They saw they got Precious there, they got Sims. They didn't really force the matter. I mean, we was in a situation where not just Robinson was hurt, iHeart was also hurt. Remember, he was dealing with that sore Achilles. Like the big man depth was looking pretty bad. So in saying all that, I feel like they're gonna play it the same. They might make sure they have just a big man there as an insurance, whether it is the Precious, whether it is, I know I saw Daniel Tice, but now Walker Kessler's being rumored to maybe the Knicks, throwing a couple picks at them, and even Nick Richards, who, we've also spoken about him previously in around the trade deadline because he's a pretty, good get, affordable and whatnot. But the way that the team has been playing in terms of centers, they develop their guys. They have guys that aren't the best offensively, but could at least could set up a good pick and cut. You have to, make sure they roll, grab rebounds, hustle, and that's Precious and Sims. These are guys that we developed. They know the system. They don't want to spend too much money on that position. They want to spend money on the premium positions, whether it's guards, whether it's wings, and honestly, there's probably another not a glaring hole, but there's another. I think there's other positions that we can address with the bit of money that we have, and that's the backup point guard spot. We've spoken about how McBride isn't really a point guard, and I would probably focus on that as opposed to go crazy over the center because Precious did a pretty good job. Although undersized, he definitely held his own and also limited skill back because he doesn't really do much crazy that's eye popping. But defensively, I know that he's gonna give me 110%, man. So bring our guy back, and that's how I feel about at least how they're gonna approach the situation.
Yeah, that's a great point, Don Juan. I go a little back and forth with myself on this because I do remember last year we really traded Obi and did not have a backup for it. We just like Josh Hart could do it. And I think this year they might do the same and be like Randall can do it. But I don't know. Tibbs just has not shown to like playing Randall at the five. Granted, you say you could put OG at the five, but I just don't know if Tibbs will be down for that. But I mean, I like the idea. I really do like the idea. I just don't want us to overpay for a guy. I mean, people were talking about Mo Bambas, the Wisemans, all these guys that are thankfully no longer on the board. Gold guy, but if we would have got Gold guy, would have been Gold got tight right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I think um I think I want a body in here though. I don't trust Sims. I just don't trust Sims, and I like Achua, but he's just too small. I mean, we need length here, and please let Taj Gibson relax in Brooklyn. Do not bring Taj Gibson back. That's
You know,
somebody
Tim's
I'm.
been calling him already. He's like, yo, Todd,
Let Taj
just in case.
let Todd jog the Brooklyn Bridge and enjoy this. He got a doesn't he got a block named after him, or I don't even know what's going on with Taj anymore. But listen, I do feel you, Don Juan, and I tweeted this yesterday. The two teams that went to the NBA Finals traded for a backup center at the trade deadline last year. Dallas traded for Gafford, and the Celtics traded for Tillman. So you can see it. It's not a premium position. Don Juan, another great point there. You could patch it up, but I do think that they need to explore a body via the trade. So I would be interesting to see what Leon does, but I wouldn't be upset if we go back with it. You know what I mean? Ziba, how you feeling?
I feel the same. Yeah, nah. I mean, I feel the same way. Yeah, I feel. I mean, if we can plug in somebody, like I said, I trust Tibbs and this coaching staff to develop whoever they do bring in. Like I said, bro, like we did not expect iHeart to be the type of player we saw him at the end of the season. So, I trust the coaching staff to do their thing. If we can find somebody like a Nick Richards or somebody like that is a little bit of a project because I just feel like at this point Jericho Sims like he's still too raw, man. He still looks lost. Like it's just not working for me, bro. I'm sorry. I know y'all big Sims fans. Like I'm just not it. I think whoever they do bring in is gonna take that backup center spot from Sims. So and I mean, he needs to show me something this summer league. But yeah, I'm at this point, I'm kind of out.
You don't like the
Sims?
the summer the summer workout flicks? You don't like the videos going out
Nah,
there? He's working on a little post game, a little hook shot, a
I
little
bro,
don't think.
floater.
Mitch be showing me the same thing, and he still shoots like 40% from the line.
I
Like,
don't
come
I
on,
don't see Sims going to the summer league though, bro. Taper down
he
those
has to.
expectations. Nah, come
He
on, man.
has
Year
to.
three? Nah. I doubt it, bro. Come on. He's
What? Nah, he
he's
has to.
literally he's literally a vet almost. This is his third year in the league. He's
He
not
has
going
to
to
go to the
some.
summer league. He
We'll
better.
see. The,
And now his ass better go to the summer league,
we'll
bro. He
see.
needs to go to the summer league.
The summer league roster will be released soon, man. But
Yeah,
fellas, it was
schedule set, so should be released.
another rock solid show, fellas, man. A lot of fun. A lot of Knicks news going out, man. Oh, briefly before I wrap it up, Knicks drafted three guys. First round pick they used on a French 18-year-old. Wait, what's his name? Hold on, let me see.
As it is.
Pacome Dadier.
Yeah,
Pacome
yeah.
Dadier.
Okay,
Okay,
Zebo.
okay.
We're
Zebo
practicing
already
on memes over
practicing.
there.
Yeah,
They got a player
my
that they hyped
guy.
up a lot in Tyler. What's the name, Zebo? Tyler Colent.
Tyler Kolek, sound like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyler Kolek led college basketball in assists. I mean, you talk
Mm-hmm.
about maybe the backup point guard. It might be on the roster already, Don Juan. He might be it. You never know.
yeah. Nah,
And
that's T.J. McConnell. Let's
Yeah.
see, maybe.
Talks about how Jalen Brunson is a guy that he tries to mold his game after, and
Hmm.
he's an experienced college player. He's not the
Right.
one and done. He's been in college, been in the big stage, played in a bunch of games in Madison Square Garden. He did
yeah,
go to Marquette, Big East
big
player.
time.
So some great competition in the Big East. So I got some high hopes for him. It seems like it's the same mode, the same route. Second round player. Undersized lefty. and
I
pretty
think the
pretty much
same
decorated.
number. I think Brunson went 33 or something. Kolek
Yeah.
went
Yeah,
what,
fuck
34?
around.
So
Yeah, now
yeah,
let's see
great
what the
great
summer league bring.
comparison. So yeah, we'll talk about them more in the summer league because they definitely will be at the summer league. So we'll get in more to our rooks towards the summer. But Don Juan, any final closing thoughts here?
Well, just because on Twitter people have been going crazy, man. Stop disrespecting Mitchell Robinson. I know you guys are recency bias. He was limping all around in the playoffs and whatnot, but the guy was on pace to career highs, whether it's rebounding, whether it's on defense. I mean, the guys was putting up stats compared to Giannis. I mean, bro, he was incredible last season. At least to start. Obviously, he got hurt and it's been repetitive, but he's our starting center. Give the man some respect. He's gonna come through and not just earn it, he's gonna blow y'all away next year, man. But glad to be back with the fellas. Summer League around the corner. We need some content. We need some basketball content. Y'all guys are rushing this free agency stuff. Y'all was calling for the final send. I don't know why, because the summer is a drag, man. It gets real
That's
boring
real.
out here. Literally, these Knicks move happened even before all the official things have been set. And now what? What are we talking about now, man? What are we gonna do? We go just drag Mitchell Robinson free throws all summer, man.
We talk about the old Knicks point guard. That's our favorite topic. Just go through the sorry days. That's what we like to do. Zebo, what are your closing thoughts?
Yo, turn on your notifications, man. Like I think, like I said, I think the Knicks aren't done. I think the Knicks are gonna continue making moves this summer. So, yeah, man, we're gonna be on top of it, man. So turn on your notifications, man. We got some guests coming through, and yeah, man, I know the summer's gonna be slow, but a little slow, but we still gonna be putting out content. So definitely stay in tune.
For sure, man. For me, man, I'm just saying let Leon cook. The
Mm.
guy has been cooking for years, and he's made this team a powerhouse. I mean, when was the last time we could say that? My background, you're probably wondering why they got the Heat and the Celtics there. Because I'm looking at the Celtics, looking at that team. That's the team we build in a beat. So I'm looking at them every time, and I'm like, man, we got to take them out. Take them out. And then, we hate the Heat. So, I hate the Heat. So that's why little background check for me. But you already know the vibes, man. Triple M, Don Juan, and Zebo signing now. Another episode next while, man. Peace.